Since she was 13 years old, Santana Roa has been running away from home, and she hasn't been enrolled in a regular school for 3 years. Like many girls in the juvenile justice system, Santana has a history of getting involved with older men who have criminal records.
Final Jeopardy.
Santana was fairly typical of a lot of the female offenders that come into us. There was real problems in her forming relationships with older males. The area of sexually acting out was also clearly evident early on. And right away, I knew that this was a girl that had some serious issues that needed to be addressed.
But ever since that day when I called the cops, it's like it's just spiraled into this, you know? Court dates, juvenile hall, ranches, rehabs.
Santana has been through nearly every county program available for delinquent girls, and part of her struggle is overcoming a long family history of substance abuse.
I started using drugs when I was 11.
It started when I was like 12. Yeah, 12. Started with pot.
The first drug I ever did was weed.
Experimented with coke, acid.
When I was 12, I started doing crank. And I've been doing that ever since. I was 14 when I did acid. 15 when I first did ecstasy. That's actually one of my favorites.
Crank became my new drug of choice. And it's been a year since I've been off that.
My concern is with Santana is that we address these issues before she becomes an adult. Once she becomes an adult, the programs aren't there. It's about punishment, it's about responsibility. Juvenile, it's about treatment. It's about prevention, intervention.
Every study I've ever seen would indicate that incarceration loses its impact after about the first 48 hours. It's very effective for first-time kids for 48 hours. But after that 48-hour period, we have to start looking at what we are doing with the kids that we incarcerate.
Okay, there's red belt, and that is when you get either failed and you come back, or you run and you come back. It's the worst belt, and it adds a week onto everything. When you get your white belt, you get to go home from Friday night, 7 o'clock, until Sunday at 7 o'clock.
Santana has recently earned her blue belt, giving her the freedom to go home on weekends.
Thank you.
She has only 6 weeks left in her program when unexpectedly she makes a choice to risk it all.
We ran down the hall, out the back door, hopped the big old fence over by work crew, ran to the bottom of the hill.
2 men in their 20s drove up in a car, asked them if they wanted a ride, got in the car, and the next thing you know, these guys are dealing drugs out of the car, renting motel rooms.
And then the next thing you know, I get a phone call because I was out of town, and my daughter tells me that she ran. And I'm going, oh, God, not again.
In the motel room, they found drugs, guns, paraphernalia, and Santana hiding behind a curtain.
The cops were telling me to come, come out, or they were gonna shoot. And I didn't come out for like 5 minutes. They had to come in there, slam me on the ground, handcuff me.
In the past, when Santana has run, she gets herself in real risky situations.
You know, when my friend came up to me and brought up running, it just brought up so many memories, like how much fun I had when I was on the run, all that kind of stuff. And it wasn't even going through my head that I only have 6 weeks left.
You have 3 minors returning.
After her escape, Santana was brought to the Santa Clara County Juvenile Hall, where girls are detained after they are arrested. Like Santana, many repeat offenders will be back within a year.
When a child is used to living a certain way and you try to put them in a controlled environment, usually 4 months isn't enough time. The majority of the girls will come back and they'll have to start over again.
Everything all right in here?
Yeah. Good. The hall is hard, and it's very depressing because you're in your room most of the time. There's no freedom at all.
Oh. Have you seen your PO? And what'd she say?
Yeah, usually when you come back,
it takes about a month to go back.
When girls are admitted to juvenile hall, they are isolated in their rooms for the first 24 hours.
You get about an hour out of your room a day, besides school and all that. You're basically on lockdown.
Santana is still being held at juvenile hall for escaping the Muriel Wright Center. While she is waiting to be sentenced, she gets caught passing notes to boys out her window.
She likes attention, and she likes it whether it's negative or positive. She was involved in a couple of negative relationships with older men in their 20s.
Well, he's 20 or 21 now. I ended up finding out after badgering a lot of public defenders and probation officers that this kid was on gang probation out of LA.
Real scary guy, you know, gangster, serious history. And this was a guy who she considered her boyfriend, so to speak.
What I know is he's trying to change, and that's why I'm trying to stick with him. I'm always going to be here for him. Even if he does go to jail, I'm still going to be out here for him.
I think that she's the type of kid that gets caught up with peer pressure. As far as why she ran from the ranch, was that she felt like she was missing something out there and wanted, you know, some excitement.
Beat you again.
They run away to be with their boyfriends. They run away to act out with drugs or with sexual acting out. And however dangerous these situations may be, there is the hope that there's going to be someone that will genuinely care for them.
This morning, I had to go to court, and I was scared all morning because I thought that I was gonna get hall time.
And run around me, and then you guys just hit whoever you want, okay? Okay.
Santana is finally sentenced and gets a break from the judge. She will be allowed to return to the Muriel Wright Center, but must serve a minimum of 5 months. If she runs again, she could be sent to the California Youth Authority, the state's last stop before adult prison.
I think it was good news because I wanted to go back to the ranch, and I'm not gonna worry about youth authority because I'm not taking off again.
On Saturdays, we have, we call it grooming night. We're kind of limited in here as far as they don't get to wear makeup, they don't get to do some of the things that they get to do on the outside. So this kind of gives them a chance to kind of keep themselves up.
I'm just tired of seeing her go through this judicial thing, and I don't want her to get institutionalized. I don't want her to get too comfortable with this and then end up being the type of person that can't live outside.
Like, it's nothing to me now.
Oh, how cute.
I mean, it hurts to be away from family and away from out there. But it's like, I'm not in here crying all the time like I used to. Look at this rabbit.
Right now, she appears to be motivated. But my concern is when Santana gets beyond 18 and all of a sudden she finds herself out there without someone basically looking over her shoulder, what's going to happen to her then?
In my future, I want to have a good relationship with my family. I want to hopefully be married to my boyfriend. I want to have a job, and I want to have, like, completed high school. I just want to have, like, a normal life.
I just like to be able to someday say, okay, she's done, she's graduated, she's done whatever she has to do, she's not here no more, she doesn't seem to be like heading to trouble again, and we can close the doors on this, you know?
We need to focus on treatment issues, on psychological, emotional issues, educational issues. Those are all hurdles that we're going to have to overcome before she can get on with being a productive member of the community. But right now, the prognosis isn't that good.
I am a daughter, I am white and Mexican, I am an aunt, I am a girlfriend, I am a sister, I am a citizen, I am clean and sober, I am a student, I am a criminal turned good, I am a poet. I am about turning my life around. I am about making my family proud. I am about being a good example to my younger sister. I am about being me.